Every cyclist, from beginner to elite, can slip into pedaling habits that quietly erode performance. Ironically, much of the classic advice is what causes them. One of the worst offenders? Trying to pedal in perfect circles, or pulling up on the pedals. It feels smooth, especially with clipless shoes, but it isn't. And this style breaks coordination, reduces power, and raises injury risk. The bad habit in question is maintaining constant pressure on the pedals throughout the entire revolution. You might have heard cues like scrape the mud off the bottom of your shoes, or heard the term ankling, an old school technique which encourages force during the upstroke and the bottom transition phases of the pedal stroke. While these methods seem efficient, they lack scientific support and can be counterproductive. But why exactly does this happen? Imagine you've just climbed a steep hill. Your legs are burning, but the climb took more out of you than it should have. We are going to tap into that power that's already there. We're just going to redirect it to the best place. That's exactly what we're going to unpack, ensuring that you can tackle any hill or long ride with newfound ease and efficiency. Understanding the basics of the pedal cycle helps clarify optimal techniques. The pedal cycle is divided into 4 phases based on crank position: propulsive phase, bottom transition phase, upstroke phase, and top transition phase. During a 360-degree pedal cycle, different muscles activate at various points. The glutes and the thigh muscles dominate the downstroke in the propulsive phase, producing the most torque. The hamstrings engage during the bottom transition and the upstroke phases, but their role is less critical. This distribution of power is the key to understanding why some techniques are more efficient than others. Let's dive deeper into the muscle activation and torque during a pedal stroke. When pedaling, your most powerful muscles, the glutes and quadriceps, are primarily engaged during the downstroke. This phase, also known as the propulsive phase, is where you generate the most power. The peak torque typically occurs between 90 and 130 degrees of the pedal cycle, and this is where the bulk of your effort should be concentrated. On the other hand, the hamstrings and other muscles involved in the upstroke and the bottom transition phases contribute significantly less to overall power. Research has shown that focusing on even torque distribution throughout the pedal cycle is less efficient than maximizing power during the downstroke. Now, let's explore why the circular pedal stroke is problematic. The idea of maintaining constant pressure on the pedals throughout the entire revolution might sound logical. It feels like you're utilizing every bit of energy. However, this technique can actually detract from your performance and efficiency. Studies such as those by Koff and colleagues in 2007 have demonstrated that attempts to actively train the upstroke or to evenly distribute forces across the pedal stroke do not improve and can hinder performance. This is because the body's natural biomechanics are not optimized for producing power throughout the entire pedal stroke. And it gets worse. Focusing on the upstroke can strain your hip flexors and lower back, potentially leading to fatigue and pain. The primary hip flexors originate from the lumbar spine, meaning that pulling your leg up during the pedal stroke can place undue stress on your lower back. So what is the optimal pedaling technique? Let's open the door to a more efficient, more powerful cycling technique that can transform your rides. Research comparing different techniques, preferred, pushing, circling, and pulling, provides valuable insights here. And you can see the results for gross efficiency here. This study found that the most efficient pedaling technique is the preferred pedaling technique, which is your natural style. This technique maximizes gross efficiency and it strikes a balance between power and practicality. But what does preferred pedaling technique really mean? Well, it means focusing on the downstroke, applying strong force during the propulsive phase, and allowing the pedal to return naturally during the upstroke without excessive effort. This approach not only enhances efficiency, but also minimizes the risk of injury. Here are some practical tips to refine your technique and boost your cycling performance. Number 1, focus on your natural downstroke. Now, I'm not going to recommend a specific technique because, as we just learned, there's no point in trying to change it. Something as simple as imagining you're pushing the pedals down as if you're stamping on them is the best cue you need. Number 2, avoid pulling up. I will say put some thought into the upstroke and let the pedal return naturally. Remember, resist the urge to pull up on the pedals as this can strain your hip flexors and lower back. Number 3, strength training. Stop the useless one-legged pedaling drills. Instead, incorporate exercises that strengthen the muscles used in all pedaling phases. This helps fend off fatigue and maintains efficiency throughout your rides. Focus on exercises targeted for all 4 quadrants of the pedal stroke. Number 4, listen to your body. Pay attention to how your body feels during and after rides. If you experience lower back pain or excessive fatigue, it might be a sign that you're overemphasizing the upstroke. By refining your pedaling technique and focusing on your natural downstroke, you can boost your cycling performance. You'll find yourself tackling hills with greater ease, maintaining higher speeds on flat terrain, and experiencing less fatigue on long rides. Plus, adopting the preferred pedaling technique reduces the risk of injury, allowing you to enjoy cycling more and stay on the bike longer. But I hate to break it to you, even if you master your technique here for steady state riding, the truth is you need to learn a separate technique for things like sprinting. And like this pedaling technique, it doesn't take much, but knowing what to change is the hard part. To learn what this is, watch this video because when done right, it will build your sprint from the ground up and really get your sprint to its fastest ever speed.